This is Jonathan Agoff here for Pro Boxing Fans, joined by the British heavyweight champion Fabio Wardley, the most talked about heavyweight apparently outside of Fury and Joshua. Is that true?
I think so. Well, at least this week, anyways. Maybe past this week, maybe not so much, but at least the last week or so, yeah, my name's been on a few lips.
I like how you kind of just embrace that, and you're like, I want people to call me out. This is what I'm in it for. Because some people are like, why is he calling my name? It's disrespectful. But you seem to enjoy people having the target on your back.
Yeah, that's like, what do you expect? You're in a sport where there's a lot of ego, there's a lot of bravado. I want these people to believe they can beat me, because I want to get in there with someone who's already half beaten before they step through the ropes and doesn't even feel like they could win. I want to get in there with someone who's got ambition, who wants to give it a go, because I love being in those thrilling moments.
I was at the fight for your fight against Gorman. I've got to say that was one of the funnest few rounds I've seen in the heavyweight division. What was it like being a part of it?
Yeah, it was just as fun for me. Maybe it didn't look that way with a cut nose and a bit of blood on my face, but genuinely I had a real thrill of being in there. The buzz of the crowd, you feel the roar, and just everything about it just ticks all the boxing off boxing for me. Is why I love it. Is being in those moments and then getting through that, coming out on top and getting your hand raised and a nice shiny belt to kind of top it all off.
And then Coffie is the next opponent. He says you've been on his radar for a while. Has he been on yours or not?
No. No, he hasn't. I've been otherwise distracted. I've had other things I've been looking at, like you say, the British title and things like that. I've been looking in other directions, but don't get me wrong, over the past few weeks since we got announced, I've been paying a lot of attention to him and looking at what he's been up to, and me and the team have been putting together a solid plan, so I'm confident about Saturday night.
We've seen when you're hurt, people are saying you're at your most dangerous. I said that to him earlier, and he said he's not concerned about the power at all. Should he be?
Yeah, I think so. What? I think everyone should be concerned about getting in there with someone who's got some power. You don't want to get knocked out, do you? I think that's an obvious concern. But look, he says whatever he needs to say for the cameras or whatever he needs to say to make himself feel better. But I don't think it's smart for you to ignore a genuine factor in the fight. But hey, whatever works for him, works for him.
A couple more, because I know the main press is about to start. You just run into David Adeleye. He was saying you were easy money and things like that. What was said between you two when you were there?
I just said, look, name when you're ready and we can get it done. I'm not fussed. I'm not waiting around. I'm good to go. I don't need all this extra stuff. He could have just messaged me. His team could have sent word and said, look, we're ready then. Let's put it together. I've got no problem with these things. It's no issue for me. He obviously feels the need. He needs to make a bit of an impact. Maybe he's not got enough coverage around him at the moment, or his shows aren't big enough that he's getting enough eyes on him, that he needs to turn up to me on the undercard of an AJ presser to get the eyeballs on him that he feels he deserves. So fine, do whatever, little PR marketing stunt for yourself. It's no problem. I'm here to indulge you in that. It's no issue.
And just get your opinion on obviously Fury and Usyk not happening. Matthew Macklin spoke to us and he said, you know what, people should just boycott. If it's not Fury versus Usyk, boycott their next fights, and then we may just get it. Do you agree? And what's your reaction anyway to it not happening?
Yeah, if only it was that easy, wasn't it? Like, if only if it actually worked like that, if we could all work in unison and go, right, like, we're not doing the next one unless. But unfortunately, it's not the way of the world. We kind of have to sit pretty, wait and hope something gets put together sooner or later. It's kind of a running theme for them big fights, is that we never get them at the prime time or when we kind of want them or when they're supposed to happen. That's very few and far between. But yeah, hopefully one day.
Just final question. It looks like Daniel Dubois might face Usyk next. I know you've sparred Usyk. Have you sparred Dubois? And if so, how do they compare? What chance do you give Dubois?
Well, I think in stylistically, in the way they kind of match up, they're polar opposites. Obviously, Daniel's a bit more slow and methodical about his work, and don't get me wrong, he hits very hard. He's a big, imposing guy, and then obviously Usyk's very different, very light, fleet-footed, lighter to move around the ring, and throws a lot of punches, a lot of combinations from a lot of different angles. So they're two different ends of the spectrum, really. So it puts together a really interesting matchup of who can impose their style more than the other.
Fabio Wardley, thanks for your time, and look forward to another good fight on Saturday.
Thanks, mate.